Hey besties, it's your girl Kira Christina. I'm back with another video and I'm so excited. This is completely unplanned. I have a cup of coffee right here that I'm drinking on top of about to do my makeup, and I ain't got nowhere to go. So that coffee good. This is really like a chit chat video. I don't really do these like that, so this is something new. And I really want to talk about just like some struggles that I've recently or in the past year or two been going through, and just life, because it's lifing, or it was lifing. Life is great for the most part. Life is very great. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be able to do the things I love to do. They're good. They're good. However, we know that in life, although for the most part things may be great, just maybe things just not going the way that you planned it to go. Things just not going the way you thought it should go. And so it can really cause, like, sorry, I'm fixing my light. It can really cause you to be in a state of mind that's like, what am I doing wrong? Why can't I get this right? I'm here to tell you, nobody got it right, okay? Nobody's perfect. Nobody, you know, knows everything. And so just going through life, realizing that it's not like, it's not just you going through these things. And also, you know, God is going to put the right people in your life that are supposed to be there, whether they be friends, whether they be family, whether they be spouse. It doesn't matter. God will put whoever is supposed to be in your life. They're supposed to be there. So not holding on to dead weight and hanging fruit, as they say. Okay. We're just going to get into it. I have not put makeup on in like a week, because I left my makeup bag in my car, and I was, even though I drive my car every day, I was too lazy to take it out of the bag to bring it in the house. Those are my problems today. However, anyways, let me just, okay. I'm gonna be using my Refire Primer to start. And oh geez, so one of the things that I am going through or went through last year is letting people go. And it was really hard for me. It was hard because I had to detach myself from people who, you know, I had known my whole, not my whole life, but like friends that I had from high school, or like family members, close family members who I grew up with that were like siblings, you know. I was just in a place where once, and I said this on one of my other videos too, but it was like once I got engaged and started having those tough conversations, I realized that I was accepting a lot of things and putting up with a lot of things I just didn't have to. And not only that, when you're in a space where your whole life is about to change, you have to reevaluate everything that's going on, because you're trying to figure out, okay, I'm about to be married. What is it in my life that no longer benefits me? Because when I do get married, when I decide to say I do, I want to make sure that if I'm not the best version of me, that I'm on my way to that person. And I can't let anybody or anything stop me from getting there. So that was my first moment where I started kind of reevaluating things. And also because, like, taking on other people's problems can be stressful, especially because, like, I'm an empath. So naturally, I take on other people's emotions. I'm using my e.l.f. foundation. Naturally, I take on other people's emotions. And so for me, you know, I always want to see my friends, close or not, family, whatever, do good. It does not matter. So when I have people around me who are in situations that are not good and I want to help and just, you know, keep trying to show up for people who ain't showing up for themselves, and just put you in a space where it's like you're trying to show up for them, but then also be in a space where you feel like you're unappreciated, because even though you show up for them, how many times can you count that they've shown up for you? Or just be in a situation where, you know, you give advice, you try to help, people claim that you're judging, even though you're not. It's really just shame, but we'll leave that there. I've said that before. But just be in a place where people only call you when they need something. And it doesn't have to be monetary. It can be, you know, it can be just conversation. Like maybe they're going through something and you're always the person they call when they are having a tough time in life. You know, you are the reasonable one. You get them through whatever it is that they're going through at the time. And so because of that, you're just the go-to when I'm in trouble person. I got tired of being that person, and and the reason why is because I realized that I was overextending myself to people who did not value me the same level that I value myself, or I had deserved to be valued. And I also was in a situation where, you know, I'd see someone go all out for somebody's special occasion, birthday, or, you know, just something, and I'm like, you ain't never do that shit for me. Damn, you doing all that for them? Okay. And I was always showing up, but I ain't never get that treatment. What's the difference, right? And so I was just like, yeah, that didn't sit well with me. And I'm a firm believer in, if you fall out with somebody and y'all get back on track and y'all fall out again, I ain't going back. And I'm going to tell you, you know, like, people are well aware at this big grown age. People are well aware of what they are doing, and they know what the issue is, no matter how time you explain it. And I realized that you don't deserve me, because if you did, you would treat me like you were appreciative that I was in your life and that you were grateful to have me around. And I realized that I'm just like there for everybody. I'm showing up, whoop-de-woo. When I need you to show up for me, radio silence. Radio silence, or there's an excuse. And I'm not for the excuses, especially when they don't make sense. Especially when they don't make sense. I'm just not going for it. So I just got tired of letting stuff slide. And when you are constantly doing for people, you should do out of kindness of your heart, not expecting anything back in return. And I say that lightly. But you should also count how many times you've shown up for that person and that person has not been there for you at all. Because that's the other thing. See, people try to make you feel bad for having expectations in a friendship or a relationship or a family ship, whatever ship, okay? people try to make you feel bad for setting expectations, but the reality of it is they are trying to gaslight you into feeling bad about setting boundaries. And also, if you don't address it, I don't have to show up. No, I need you to show up the same way I show up for you. And granted, there are some people who cannot show up in the same ways you show up for them, simply because y'all may not have the same mental capacity to take on the same amount of things, or y'all might not be in the same financial situation, or y'all might not have the same resources. So there are things that people can't do for you that you can do for them. However, if it's something that I do for you that you can't do for me, but I see you do it for everybody else, I'm going to assume that you just don't want to do it for me, because you can't tell me you can't do something for me. I don't ask for money. I ask for time. I ask for time. I ask for transparency. I ask for good conversation. I'm a sucker for some good conversation. I ask for hang out. Like, I don't ask for a lot, and I ask for be there as a voice of reason. Even to play devil's advocate if I'm having a conversation and maybe I did something wrong. Call me out on it. But be there if I'm going through something and I just need a listening ear. Be there. Like, if I see that you're able to do those things for other people, but you cannot do it for me, at that moment I understand that it's not that you cannot do it at all. It's not that you don't have the capacity to do what I'm asking for or what I need. Is that you simply do not want to do it for me. And so now I'm going to take my behind somewhere else, because I could do it all on my own. Just being in situations like that, it just, I don't know. I feel like I gave too much of my time to people who obviously did not value me the same way I value them. And sometimes too, like with family, people think that, oh, because we're family, you ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna treat my friends better than you, because guess what? My friends might not always be here, or these my girls, but you my family, so I don't gotta go above and beyond for you. It's like, no, that's probably one of the reasons you should, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna go hard for family when they value me. I'm going to go hard for my family when they value me. If me and my family have a good relationship, oh, I'm going to go hard for you. You don't have to worry about that. However, people, they just take you for granted when they feel like they always have access to you. And the only way that you're able to take back your power and make yourself more valuable in people's lives who don't value you or appreciate you is to remove access. Revoke access, sis. When you take away the access that people have to you, oh, that hurts more. I don't gotta argue with you. I don't have to go back and forth with you about the things you know you don't do, because you know you don't do them. I'm not gonna do that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my behind somewhere where I'm appreciated, where I'm valued. We ain't gotta talk about this. We ain't gotta discuss this no more. That's it. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. Okay, so my fiance is stuck on the highway. He has a flat tire, so I have to leave. I'm waiting for him to send me his location, so I'm going to keep recording until he sends me the location. But I forgot where I left off. Oh. But yeah, so when people do not value you, people don't value you, and they show you time and time and again, no matter who they are, the only way to make them understand I'm not fucking around is revoke access. When you take away the access they have to you, oh baby, trust and believe you me, they will feel it. Because if you're always that person they go to when something is happening, and they can no longer call that person they always go to when something is happening, they're going to feel it. When you're always that person who maybe they're always in a financial bind. Maybe you're the financially stable one. And you revoke access, they're going to feel it. We have to stop thinking and believing that, you know, people you don't know what they're doing. Especially when we're grown AF. We're grown. There are no excuses that you can give me. Especially when it's a situation where I know for a fact that you are well aware of your actions and you choose to say F me, my needs, and not to show up. I had to tell myself, like, I can't keep making excuses for why people are not showing up for me. I can't keep making excuses and accepting the things I know people are giving me the bare minimum. Like, you're doing the bare minimum. Especially people who know me. You know what I require. So, at that point, you're literally doing the bare minimum. People know what you require. People know, especially if I communicate it to you. I can see somebody saying maybe you never communicated, you know, your needs from me as a friend or your expectations from me. I could see that. That I understand. Because at that point we can have a conversation, and once I communicate it to you, that's that. However, if it's a situation where, like, I've clearly communicated my needs from you as a friend, and you just decide, oh, I'm just, like, I don't want to say F her. Essentially, it's still the same as a love language. F what, you know, she's talking about or whatever. Or you're simply choosing just not to show up for me the way I deserve. We have nothing else to talk about. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Cause I'm not chasing nobody down to be no good friend to me. I'm not chasing nobody down to be a good partner to me. I'm not doing it. And I get it. Again, if this is your first offense, there are some things I will communicate to you because I know that this is your first offense and this is our first time having this conversation, or maybe it never came up. Maybe I never communicated my needs. But when we're in a situation where I've clearly communicated to you what I require of you, and the things that I need, and you decide she ain't going nowhere, she just going to accept it, okay, I can show you better than I can tell you. I was in a space last year where I was overextending myself to so many people, and I just got fed up. And my fiance literally said, you need to start telling people no. Why are you overextending yourself to people who clearly don't value you? Why are you sitting here crying over you and this person falling out, not being friends with certain people, or not talking to certain people, when this person has made it clear that they do not value you? You're wasting your time on people who probably don't even care. Because the same way you sitting here crying and being sad over them, I'm pretty sure they're not worried about you. And if they are, and they haven't said anything to you about it, then oh wow. But you have to stop. It's like, for me, I always try to be the bigger person because I feel like, oh, if you be the bigger person, you forgive, and, you know, just be the bigger person. Oh, God gonna bless you because you was the bigger person. It's like, no, God said be kind. He didn't say be naive. God said be kind. He didn't say be dumb. Two different things. we got to start making excuses for people. It's just as simple as that. Why am I making excuses for people who clearly have shown me time and time and again that they do not value me the same? What am I doing? I'm so focused on keeping the relationship, and because we've been friends for this long, or we grew up together and we've been in each other's lives for so long, and it's like, no. Because if that was the case, we wouldn't even be in this position. Period. So then I was in a space where it was like, of course I'm like sad and depressed because I want these people around me. I want these people in my life. But what good is that doing me? Like, it's not doing me no good to keep them around. So now, I'm lonely. So I'll tell you one thing. You talking about stress? I mean stress. Like, I know there are other people going through this right now. And I'm here to tell you, do not accept nothing less than what you deserve. Do not allow people to make you feel like you tripping. Don't do that. Don't allow people to treat you any kind of way, especially when you know you deserve better. People like to say that things are mistakes or they didn't know. But if that's the same old song they've been singing for forever, baby, they knew, they just didn't care. What he say on Boyz II Men? He said, all those times you went out with that man at night, baby, I knew about it. I just didn't care. Yeah. That part. They know. They just don't care now. Yeah, they just didn't care enough because they was like, oh, she gonna always be there. So they played in your face, sis. They played in your face. But the lesson I learned here, nonetheless, is stop overextending yourself to people. People do not deserve to have all of you all the time. It is tiring. It is draining. You overextend yourself to people who don't even deserve it, who don't value you, who wouldn't go out their way to do the same thing that you do for them. Like, it's draining. And you have to understand too, like, your people, God's gonna place them right where they need to be. And stop trying to worry about getting your get back as well. I was so fixated on showing people how much they missed out. Oh, I'm gonna show this person how much they missed out on. No, absolutely not. Because guess what? They're gonna see it. If you don't care about me not being in your life, guess what? It's better for both of us. Because at the end of the day, I moved on with mine, you can move on with yours. And if you do, you get to live life. And I'm not gonna show you or be like, oh, look what you're missing out on. I'm simply just not doing that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go on about my life, because God is going to bless you in front of your enemies. So at the end of the day, we ain't got to be cool. We ain't got to be. But guess what? My blessing's still going to roll in. So regardless of what, I'm not losing. I'm just simply not losing. Anyways, that was the chit chat for today. If you are new here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you are already a subby, thank you for watching. Make sure you share, like, and comment. Thank you so much. And let me know down below if you like this look. I usually always just look, it's just a natural look. But let me know if you like this look and comment down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.